Hello everyone and welcome to GTV. I am G-Man, your host, and today I'm going to briefly talk about these GMOs that they're putting in our food and why I made a decision that I'm not going to be eating that stuff anymore, although it's going to be kind of hard considering how many different foods that they're putting this stuff in. If you don't know what a GMO is, it's a genetic modified organism or a growth hormone that makes meat or a corn or a plant look bigger than what it actually is. If you go into your supermarket, for example, and you go buy chicken, it's usually in a bag, has the fat and everything connected to it and whatnot. The legs and the thighs and the breast of the chicken looks really, really big. And if you go to some other chicken, you'll notice that the chicken looks normal, it's small. That's because that chicken, the chicken that you're looking at is usually on the package too, and it says that it doesn't have any GMOs in it, or any growth hormones or anything like that in it. Versus the chicken that's a little bit cheaper, is much bigger and is much more meatier, and it has all the fat and everything in those little bags when you go into your supermarket. That's the chicken I highly recommend you stay away from, because your chicken is not really that big. What they're doing is that they're injecting it with these GMOs and feeding these chickens these genetically modified organisms to make the chicken appear to be bigger than what it actually is. Out of curiosity, are those chickens alive or dead?
I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Hey, Dragna, is this healthy, Dragna?
I don't know what they're pumping it full of.
Well, these chickens were much smaller. Now they're getting bigger. Those are GMOs that they're injecting into these.
You know that they have GMO sauce in there?
Wait a minute. Don't you answer my question. Is this healthy, yes or no?
But you want me to make a judgment? I have no idea. That could be air. I have no idea what's in there. You don't either. Actually, you know what? I think I know what that is, actually. Now that I look at it, Jay caught on to it. Yep. It's called plumping. Now that I look at it, I was wondering why they were putting it in there. I do that when I'm getting ready to fry a turkey. And these growth hormones are not good for us whatsoever. And it makes you kind of think, if these growth hormones are not good for you, and I can prove this, who are they marketing this stuff to? They're not marketing it to rich people, that's for sure. They're marketing it to people like you and me. People that can't afford to go out there and buy all this expensive chicken all the time. It's a conspiracy, man! You know what I mean? And they're making it cheaper for me and you to eat. Now, some of you are probably going to be like, you know, I bow down to the altar of science and I'm going to
support GMOs no matter what.
All those scientists, they're all alike. They say they're working for us, but what they really want is to rule the world.
But the bottom line is, I'm not going to be putting that stuff in my mouth no more. I'm going to try to be a little bit more diligent about reading the packages before I buy my food. And I'm going to look for GMO or growth hormones or anything like that. Make sure I stay away from it. Milk also, I've been noticing something, and I'm going to be making a lot of videos about this in the future regarding the way the milk tastes. The plastic you use, because I've tasted it by accident a few times. So they're putting that garbage in our milk, they're putting that garbage in our meats, putting it in our vegetables, and I think one of the ways obviously you can tell is by the packaging. Number two, you can check by the pricing. They usually make the GMOs type foods be a lot cheaper than your normal food. Like if you go to a slaughterhouse and you go get your chicken from a slaughterhouse, it's going to cost you a little bit more than buying a GMO type food. You know what I mean? If you go to Whole Foods or something like that to buy your fruits and your vegetables, that stuff is going to cost a whole lot more because you're getting it organic versus buying this stuff that's made in a laboratory.
Whole Foods. Gentrification in edible form. Now, this week, Whole Foods found itself in something of an all-natural, hand-picked, locally grown pickle.
Those are stalks of asparagus just soaking in a jar of water for sale at a Whole Foods store in Los Angeles, you guys, for $6.
$6? Water is free, and a pound of asparagus from Whole Foods costs $5. Understandably, their customers were not happy about this, but the store itself insisted it was just an honest mistake.
Whole Foods now says the drink was supposed to be water infused with the essence of vegetables, like asparagus, but was made incorrectly, and it's been removed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound any less terrible. Oh, we won't just sell you asparagus stalks in a jar of water. We'd take the asparagus out first and then sell you the jar of water. That way, we could call the leftover wet asparagus artisanally moistened and sell it for 3 times the price. It's the Whole Foods way. It routinely overcharges its New York City customers, and whose products are often as bizarre as they are expensive, from egg white chips to a jar of specialty honey that costs $79.99. And you know who I feel sorry for there? Any bear caught rampaging through the store. What do you mean I owe $480? I had 6 jars. What the fuck are you talking about?
Whole Foods, an elaborate practical joke that got really out of hand.
Now, obviously, I have a lot of people who don't question science. Everything that science says is true. Everything that science says is it's like, oh, and they're not going to question anything.
Because we already are living in a flat plane that works as a flat plane. That's how it works.
I'm not making a claim yet. My question is how many scientists support the flat Earth theory?
G-Man, you're making the same argument about evolutionists for years now, that these scientists are lying for evolution, but you'll trust them when it comes to the basics of our existence. Why would they lie about evolution?
Scientists supporting the flat Earth theory. That's all I want to know.
Does that mean that we have to base anything on scientists? When has it ever been about what scientists think? That's the part of the problem.
saying science says it's true. Bows down to the author of science. And don't question anything and whatnot. If you are like myself and you want to speak out against these genetic modified foods that they're bringing into our supermarkets to kill our butts off, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what specific food that you want me to talk about, what particular hormone you want me to talk about, whatever steroid you want me to talk about.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
So this is just, I guess, an introduction, I guess, to the topic we're going to be getting into. But I'm going to be, again, proving my point that I made. Because I don't want to make like a 9-hour video talking about this. So I'm going to do this over time and show you guys how a lot of this stuff that's not natural, this synthetic, the synthetic parts of our food, the stuff that isn't natural, that doesn't grow out the ground naturally itself, why it's going to do more harm to us and isn't going to do as much good as it should. Kill our butts off. We're going to be talking about that in the future. I'm going to show you guys how you can take much better care of your health and much better care of your body versus what these scientists are telling you. Hey, there's no difference between this chicken and this chicken. Yes, it is, and it's disgusting. GTV.
Oh my God, I can't stop masturbating.